Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Batman 141. This is a new book from DC Comics. Let's take a look at the creative team before we get into this book. This is the Mindbomb Part 3, the conclusion to the story, written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Jorge Jiménez, colors by Tomeu Morey, letters by Clayton Cowles, and a plethora of variant covers. We'll see some at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. In this stunning conclusion to Mindbomb, Chip Zdarsky and Jorge Jimenez bring you Surinor and what he has done that is unthinkable. Now, cut off from everything and everyone, Batman has to face off against his most devastating enemy in a brutal fight for the future as the specter of the Joker hangs over everything. The stunning conclusion to this arc is here. Um, I really enjoyed this Mind Bomb arc. I didn't really know where we were gonna go, especially coming out of Gotham War, right? I think what we've seen is that Surinor has been pretty much taking apart Bruce's life from the personal side, from the Batman side, everything that he's gone through, everything that's happened, everything that he's lost, all his connections. He really is kind of standing alone. And Chip Zdarsky has been, no pun intended, chipping away at his life from the beginning of his run, setting everything up. Like once you go back and think about it, like the events of the first arc, from failsafe happening to the events of him going around the multiverse, and then also just whatever happened with the Gotham War. Like all this stuff really plays a big part into this picture, and it all kind of comes to a head here. Now, after this, there's going to be a Joker Year One story arc, so it'll be another three-parter. But this has been really amazing to follow. I think if you're on board with, if you have faith that Chip Zdarsky is going to give you a really fun story, I think that exactly was being delivered. Um, I don't know that it's exploring fully new grounds, but I think it's doing it in a really fun way, right? I think we've seen Batman been taken apart. Like when Bane and happened in the 90s, when Bane broke Batman's back, he systematically took him apart in a very different way than Surinor is doing. But it's kind of the same. So really, just adding that extra layer of Surinor, and then all the Surinor Batmans that have been kind of joined into the mind from the travels across the multiverse. All that stuff's really interesting. Also, the fact that it's funny because Bruce lost a hand and we don't really address that, right, due to technology and stuff. So, but it's really cool to see the return of Failsafe here. Failsafe feels more like a personality, and I think this issue explains why that is. What the real plan seems to be for Failsafe, what the real plan from Surinor Batman has been all along, and of course, all this brought to you to life by Jorge Jimenez. Beautiful art, fantastic art. As we got through the 2023, best-selling books, you can see that a lot of Jorge Jimenez work was at the top of that list. Granted, he's working on a Batman book, but also is because he's a fantastic artist. So very cool stuff. Speaking of the art, let's go into some of the preview. And here we can see Surinor working on Failsafe. I really appreciate too Clayton Cowles just really very distinctly giving us different voices, right? We see the yellow orange for Failsafe. We see the purple for Surinor. But then as Surinor puts his own mind into the Failsafe bot, the speech bubbles change. So that tells, like, that's just very simple little hints that the storytellers drop into comic books. It's really something you can only do in comic books, which I think is amazing. Every time Failsafe and now Surinor talks to Batman, I think I find the conversation just very interesting because it is kind of a mirror. It is almost the same persona, just Surinor doesn't have the baggage of being Bruce, right? He's the most pure version of Batman. And like I mentioned, amazing art. You don't get to see much here, but I do love the visuals here. How the fight starts. Jorge Jimenez is really good at doing these very dynamic poses, or that extend, like really draw the eye from, the perspective changes, the fight, uh, big swings and also big expressions here. You don't normally see Batman look this fearful, but I think after facing a version of himself, that's definitely what it would look like. So very good stuff. Really enjoy the conclusion of this. Really excited to see what happens next. We have, like I said, a 3-part arc for Joker Year One. Who Joker is definitely playing a big part into this. Really cool creative team has been announced for that, so I'll be definitely talking about that in the channel. So yeah, really enjoy this. So if you are reading Batman, let me know what you thought about this issue. Let me know what you thought about this arc so far. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.